Welcome to She's in the Weeds.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Hollis.
We're best friends exploring the intersection of pop culture and the female experience.
Be sure to follow us on socials and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode.
And if you love us, give us that 5-star review.
Nailed it?
I think it's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Aligned. We're aligned, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
we are aligned.
We were getting our clap in there. Been having little technical difficulties with the audio. Well, it did something weird the last 2 times. Like the same thing, like in the middle.
Wait, really?
Yeah, in the middle of the recording, and I could tell when I was editing, it kind of like skipped over a word, and then I don't know if there's like a little corruption. Yeah. And I had to manually align the audio to the video, and it was a nightmare. Really, but hey, you know what? I learned a new skill.
Well, good for you.
So I'm telling you what, I never would have.
You didn't even complain about it. You didn't even mention it until now.
And this is what I did when we first started the podcast, and I was like, how am I ever going to figure out how to do video editing? Like, what? That's not a thing. Like, I'm never going to be able to figure this out. You just have to take the first step. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, whenever something feels like overwhelming or just like something you can't do because you have no idea, it's like, just sit down and be like, what is step number 1?
Yeah. And
do it. And I that's what I did with this, and figured it out in like 20 minutes. But
yeah, and also like every question you have, there is a video answer to it on the internet. It's amazing. Like,
it really is.
Especially stuff like video editing.
Yeah.
Audio and sound is a little trickier.
It is.
You have to know the language.
Yes.
The language is very specific.
That's what I run into when they're just like, blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, great.
They can't visually show you what to do.
Right.
For video, like, there are literally step-by-step videos on how to edit your video.
Right, exactly.
And it's crazy how much, like, because there are people who devote their whole lives in business to, like, showing you how to do every little beginner thing, which I know I did the same thing at my last job. I just like taught myself how to
Googling
edit from
YouTube
Googling.
tutorials.
Yeah,
I know.
And like it took the first couple months were rough, but then once you get it, it starts to become intuitive.
It does, and you start to because in the beginning you almost don't even know what to search for. Sometimes it's like you know what you need, but you don't know how to word it to search it, and you get better at that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I need to that was the first step yesterday or today or whatever day. I'm like, I just need to find a tutorial to teach me how to do this another way, because I know there's another way.
Yeah.
So I did, and
I know I kind of miss it. I mean, I know I could do it if I wanted to for the podcast, but
it's like different when you were doing it for your job,
because
you weren't working a job and then having to do that as a micro hobby.
Right.
So. But anywho, enough about that. So my child is ill, like throwing up, sick. She's fine now, but yesterday she woke up and said, oh, my stomach kind of hurts. And I was like, well,
you were like, go back to bed.
I was like, do you have a fever? I took her temperature. I was like, we don't have a fever, so you're going to school.
Yeah.
She missed so much school in the beginning of the year for being sick, so she has to have a doctor's note to miss school, which isn't that big a deal. You just call and like they send it over. But anyway, she ate a little bit of breakfast and she went back in her room and laid down, which is never a good sign. I mean, because she's the type of kid that when she's sick, she's like, no, I'm not sick. I'm going to school. I'm not sick. I mean, she
resists.
Yeah, resists.
Like, oh shit, she's really sick.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy, she's actually sick. And I walked back out of her room and started to contemplate, okay, do I need to call the doctor? And she walked out. And it's like, I know they're kids. They just puke wherever they're standing. I'm like, can you not go to the bathroom? She's like, came into the dining room and ralphed.
Just like straight, like,
oh yeah, over the wall, the floor. Oh my gosh. So anyway,
that would be so like, I don't know what my reaction would be either, because you know, like, even as a mom, it's not like you're angry, but you're just like still so surprised, caught off guard, like, oh fuck, like I wasn't expecting puke, like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it was one of those things where like I had my back turned when she did it, and then I heard she goes,
Splatter.
I threw up. And I kind of heard like the commotion, and then I just heard her say, I threw up. And I knew she had just done it right there where she was standing. Yeah.
Oh man, that's fun.
But this is what I wanted to get your take on because I was laughing. So, obviously she didn't make it to the toilet, and I was like, go in the bathroom, because then she was just, it kept coming up. So then once we got that all under control and she was in her room on the couch, I took a puke bowl in. I gave her a bowl. I'm like, here, if you get sick and you can't make it to the toilet, throw up in here. And so then I was in the kitchen, and my husband went in her room, and they came into the kitchen. He goes, the popcorn bowl? I was like, yeah, if she gets
the
sick.
biggest bowl we got.
And he was like, you don't want a bucket? And I was like, do you have a clean bucket? The only bucket that I know of is like out in the garden
bucket?
shed.
Yeah.
Or like out in the garden shed with like dirt all over it. And he's like, I can wash it. I'm like, I can wash the popcorn bowl. And then he said, do other people do that? I was like, I think it's probably a pretty common thing. You give a kid a bowl. And he goes, I'm never eating popcorn at someone else's house again. And I said, is that a situation you're in quite often where you're at someone else's house and they offer you a bowl of popcorn?
Are you just like cuddling up watching movies on the couch with somebody eating popcorn together?
Yeah.
Also, like, dishwashers, bro. Like, you put it in the dishwasher, it's like nothing ever happened.
Exactly. I'm like, you wash it. It's no different. Like, you don't throw your clothes away after you puke on them.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing these towels away that I cleaned it up with. I'm putting them in the washing machine.
Right.
So, like, when you were a kid, did you have a puke bowl?
I'm sure at some point
Yeah.
I puked in a bowl, yeah. One time when we had a snowstorm in March, we had a chamber pot. I peed in a pot for like 2 days. I thought it was so fun. And we cooked out of that pot later.
Right. Yeah. So anyway. So he went and got a bucket. He couldn't handle it.
That's hilarious. She like, where's the popcorn bowl? I only want to puke in the popcorn bowl.
I think she kind of thought it was cool though, puking in the bucket.
Yeah, I thought it was fun peeing in the pot. I was like, this is different. Ooh, I like this.
Right. We did have a casualty, unfortunately. I just, for Valentine's Day, gave my 2-year-old, she really loves Mickey and Minnie, which is new for me. My 6-year-old had no interest in Mickey or Minnie. So I got
kind of a throwback.
It is a little bit, yeah. So I got her a little golden book that's Minnie Mouse's Slumber Party, and that was a casualty of the throw up. She puked right on that book.
Yeah, those books have like thin pages too.
Yeah,
like
I wiped
covers.
off the cardboard, but like the edges of the pages are saturated in vomit. I was like, no, that's gotta go.
It's gonna be rank in no time.
Yeah, so to be sourcing a new Minnie Mouse's Slumber Party, but that's okay.
Well, that's good to know. She's into Minnie and Mickey.
Oh yeah, loves them. I don't even really know how it started. I guess it's because they started watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on Disney, which I didn't know that was a show. As you don't until you have kids. And yeah, they started watching that, and I think that's where it started. But I have a book from my childhood called Mickey Mouse's Picnic, which is my grandmother read it to me and to my mom and aunt, and it was one of my favorite books. And then I inherited it from her when she passed away, and I've been reading it to my kids. So she's always liked that book, but I really think the Mickey and Minnie obsession started with that show. So
yeah,
anyway.
That makes sense.
Yeah, she sleeps with her stuffed Mickey and Minnie every night.
Oh, stick together.
Oh yeah,
she likes them equally. There's not like one she prefers.
It started with Mickey, and then Minnie came later.
Yeah, and she was like,
yeah,
I'm a girl, so
yeah. Once she discovered Minnie, it's pretty equal.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I have to tell you this. So we talked about the gala last week. We did not talk about our outfits. I bought this vintage dress. This was actually your birthday. Was that 2 years ago, or was it last year when we went to Indy?
It was just last year.
And we went to this vintage store in Fountain Square, vintage shop, and I bought this 70s style gown, dress. It's not like a formal gown, but it's kind of long, so I don't really know how to describe it, but definitely has a 70s, late 60s, early 70s vibe. And it has no tags, and it really, the bottom on the inside has lace, a strip of lace sewn around the hem. It feels very much like somebody made this dress. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when I bought it, I don't think I like searched it or anything. And this is the first time that I had an opportunity to wear it. It's like kind of, you could like make it a little more casual. I've thought about wearing it a couple times and have it, but I was like, okay, the gala will be perfect. So when I was getting my outfit together, I image searched it just to see, like, you know, try to find out something about it. And it kept coming up saying it was a vintage Missoni gown, which is like a very expensive designer. And it was showing me these pictures of a similar looking Missoni gown, but I'm like, that's not it. So then I'm scrolling, and I see this dress on Etsy. It's the exact same material, exact same pattern, and it's like this 60s like mod style dress. It's short with a mock neck. I bought it. And it's interesting because there's no sizing on the dress that I have. Like, there's no tags at all. And the dress obviously fits me. And I'm typically like a medium or large, depending on what it is. And this dress that was on Etsy doesn't have a exact size either. They just have it in the description. Like, sizing is approximately a US large. Mm-hmm. I really feel like these two pieces were together at some point. Like, somebody's grandmother bought this material and made these dresses.
Did you reach out to the person who was selling it on Etsy and like tell them? Be like, hey.
No, I'm gonna wait till I get it.
Okay.
And like compare them, because I want to see. And it doesn't say in the description that there's no tags, but I just have a feeling there's not, the way it was, you know, she was describing it. So yeah, I'm gonna wait till I get it and like compare them. But yeah. Cool. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. I'm so curious.
I am too. Hear. So once I get it, I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to send a picture of the one that I have. And then I say her. I assume it's a woman. And then I'm going to make a TikTok video. Because if the internet is good at anything, it's figuring stuff like that out.
Oh, yeah. Mystery will be solved.
Yeah.
And it would just be interesting to know, like, the origin of the fabric, too.
Yeah.
Like, where did this fabric come from? Is it anything?
Right.
Was it used to be, like...
It almost looks like curtains or something.
Yeah. Is it, like, sheer, kind of? It almost... Is it, like, crocheted? It looked woven in some way, but I didn't actually look at it up close or touch it.
Yeah. Let me show you. Just show you on here. Okay, so that's the material. It's just kind of that like chevron design.
Yeah.
But it feels, honestly, it feels like polyester. I mean, or possibly nylon. Like it's not it's definitely not like a natural material. And I really feel like it could have been like curtains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And somebody made the dress out of it. And it very much looks like hand sewn on a lot of the seams and like that lace. So just on the inside of the hem, it's like somebody took lace ribbon and just sewed it around the inside of the hem.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited to get it and see what the stitch is. Yeah.
I know. Like, is it really the same fabric? That would be kind of crazy if it was.
It totally is the same fabric. I can tell by the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was the only thing. I mean, I searched a while and then all of a sudden it popped up and I was like, that is the exact same material, same pattern. And then I image searched that one. Nothing. I mean, it's like these are the only two that exist.
Well,
it's interesting.
Maybe you have two custom pieces all to yourself.
Possibly.
Collector.
Possibly. Yeah. So anyway.
Well, that's cool. Well, yeah. Keep us posted.
Yes,
on that.
I will definitely be keeping you posted. I'll post the video to the podcast Instagram too, and see if any of the weed whackers can help me out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Should we get into the circle back segment because
we do have a couple circle backs. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go first because I just have one.
Sure.
So I was listening to this podcast. And they were interviewing Justin Garcia, who is the director of the Kinsey Institute.
Okay.
Which, you know, hits close to home because that is in Bloomington. He's been the director since 2019. And they were talking about all kinds of things, sexuality, studying of sexuality, the history of the Kinsey Institute. But then he brought up dating and how the number of singles in the world right now. And it just struck me as interesting because he kind of made the point that through studies they've learned and surveys that a lot of people, especially women, are saying they're waiting to date or marry before they've perfected themselves, which I related to a lot because I feel like we had this exact same conversation before I started getting on dating apps.
Right.
I was like, well, I have a lot of things I want to work on myself before I like get serious and meet somebody. And you were like, well, you're never going to be perfect. Like you're always going to be working on yourself. Like you shouldn't wait. And I was like, wow, if I'm feeling that way, I'm sure many other women and men are. And obviously through these surveys, they found that they have. And he kind of projected that may be a reason why a contributing factor to why there's so many single people. And it just made me think about that conversation we had earlier about the interview about the crisis with men, about how like that conversation is so duplicitous and complex. And I keep hearing things and keep thinking back that like it's so unfair how limited his idea was, that it's just like, there's so many factors that go into the crisis
of young people
right now, and that it's not just boys, it's not just
AI.
There's so many factors that go into it, and I don't know, it just struck me, and I feel like I keep hearing things in interviews of people that continue to make me question his hypothesis. So I don't know,
for sure. No, and I feel like it relates back to the marriage benefit imbalance statistic too. I feel like we are a generation that's much more dedicated to growth and self-improvement and healing ourselves from generational traumas and all of these things. Like we're very much more focused on that, I think, than previous generations. And so maybe that is a big contributing factor to finding contentedness and happiness. So if you're single, you can spend time focusing on figuring those things out.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of the reason too why women are happier being single. And I don't know why it would not affect men in the same way. Maybe men aren't, because I hear that a lot from
women.
I hear that a lot from women, especially women in their 30s, early 40s who are single, who are saying, I've done the work and I want somebody else who has also done the work.
Yeah.
And it seems to be a difficult thing to find, at least according to the women who are looking. If I'm going to settle down with a man, I want it to be somebody who has done the work.
Yeah, an equal partnership, meaning has worked on themselves as much as I have. And yeah, I wrote that down in my notes too, is like, I wonder how many people, he didn't necessarily say how many of those people expressing that were women compared to men.
Right.
But I think you can kind of assume that maybe it leans towards women. Of course, that is a total assumption.
Right.
But yeah, like I wonder how many of these men that are in crisis, like how many of them have considered like,
how many of them are doing the work?
Doing the work. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
no.
what, and I guess maybe that's part of the crisis is like, why aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. What's holding them back? Is it because they just don't have enough male examples? I don't know. That seems very
well, and I feel like too it could still be that factor of like we haven't taught them to lean into the emotional side and this, you know what I mean? And in order to do the work, you have to be in touch with your feelings and be comfortable expressing them.
Right.
So
or see someone, create an example for you.
Yeah.
Like, this is what it looks like to go to therapy and talk to somebody about, things that aren't working in your life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. That just, hearing that conversation, it just kind of pinged a connection for me.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, that's interesting.
We love a circle back connection here. She's in the weeds.
We certainly do.
Fabulous. Okay. My circle back is, I don't know that this really even counts, but when we were talking about the Epstein files, obviously we don't want to be Debbie Downers and talk about it too much, but we definitely were interested in following like the female response to it to kind of see if anyone followed suit similar to Melinda Gates and kind of came out speaking publicly about their partners or their husbands or men in their lives or women in their lives who had been named in the Epstein files, and really haven't seen much, although I did see that this Brooke Josephson announced that she was divorcing announced that she was divorcing her husband, who is a television producer, Barry Josephson, after he had been named in the Epstein files. Now, I don't know how legitimate this is because they were already separated and had been for like a little over a year. But apparently that was what made her decide to go ahead and file. I don't know if they were trying to reconcile. I don't know anything about them. It was just a bunch of headlines. And then once I read the article, I realized that they had previously already been separated. But anyway, so far it's just Brooke Josephson. I haven't seen anyone else coming out speaking about it.
Beyonce has not spoken out
Beyonce
yet.
stayed silent.
I wonder too what named means.
Right.
You know, like,
it's just named just means your name
literally
has
your
appeared.
name comes up. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I assume that, but I wonder too, which we may have to cut this out because I think that's a larger conversation. It's just like, at what point, because how many people are named? And is it bad enough that your name comes up in any context that like, if your name comes up in these files, that's it, you're done?
No,
or
I don't think so.
Or are we like taking into consideration context?
No, we definitely are, because I've seen all kinds of TikTok videos of people whose name has appeared like once or twice. This one girl, I think her name came up like 7 or 8 different times, and she spoke at like a women's conference. And I can't remember the whole story now, but I've seen a lot of videos of people coming out giving the context. Mm-hmm. So no, I definitely don't think that just being named means you're donezo.
Yeah, agreed.
But specifically with Jay-Z, he's been named, but then there's victim/witness testimony saying he was present in the room while she was being assaulted by Harvey Weinstein. Oof. So that's a different.
Yeah,
for sure. Because somebody is providing the context.
Right.
Now, people's names that are just popping up in an email here and there, you know, it's like Whitney from Southern Charm.
Oh, did he come up?
Yes. And I can't remember exactly. Now, I maybe, don't quote me on this, but I think he was at like a lunch or a dinner, maybe with Epstein's assistant or something. And there wasn't a whole lot of context. He was talking about, he was going to make a movie about Russian sex workers, which he's a filmmaker. Epstein's an investor. I mean, it could have been something as simple as he met with these people about, you know, investing money to make the movie. Yeah. You know, who knows? There wasn't enough context to say yes or no he was doing something nefarious, but it's like, you just, you know, a lot of times there's not enough context to like really say. But with some, if you're inclined to believe the victim and witness depositions, then some there is. Yeah. It just depends. But yeah. So anyway, we'll continue to monitor that. But so far, haven't seen much.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more quick circle back. I just thought this was funny because on our last episode when we were talking about millennial slang, we talked about a little bit of Gen X slang that was kind of crossover and a little bit of Gen Z. But then I thought it would be funny I'm like, I wonder if there's boomer slang that we were saying as like kids. For sure. So right on. That was a big one.
Say
right on. Right on. Yeah. I feel like that one has stuck through the ages.
Yeah, it's kind of classic.
Yeah. Bogart. Don't bogart the scissors.
Yeah. Bogart's good too.
Yeah. Take a chill pill, which was a little bit of a crossover between boomer and millennial.
I almost brought that up.
Yeah.
It was on my list, but I didn't say it because it's kind of dorky, but like.
Yeah. Drop a dime. Haven't said that for a long time.
I don't think I've ever said that one. What does it mean? Drop a dime?
It was like you were going to give someone information about something because it was more like you got to run and call somebody. You know what I mean? I remember saying that when we were kids, but I haven't said it for a long time. And then square, which I feel like calling someone a square.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that one kind of came back as like cool again because it was like vintage.
Yeah.
When we were like high school, college age, I feel like square got cool again.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went away again. I haven't really said it recently.
Yeah, I feel like people are going to be raising the roof, ironically, here pretty soon. They're going to be bringing that back.
Probably.
Ours are going to come back around.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Anyway. I feel like those are all pretty solid.
Yeah.
I mean,
if the boomers did anything right, maybe it was their slang.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
We'll leave everything else you did in the past, but we'll keep the slang.
No, we love some of our boomers. Bust a grit.
Oh, yeah. Bust a grit, for sure.
Rip a dart. That's the new one. Rip a dart.
Yeah, rip a dart's cool.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. And then maybe just a quick acknowledgement, which we didn't think about this at the time. This did come from Beavis and Butthead, but fart knocker and butt munch also, I think, were sort of derogatory slurs for homosexual men as well, which
I did not realize that.
Yeah, we definitely didn't know that when we were saying it as kids. Yeah. And if you look up the definition of fart knocker, I think it says it says an annoying or foolish person, but also a derogatory slang term referring to a homosexual man.
Oh, well, damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it takes like some of the hilarity out of it for sure.
I know. And of course, it was just that time where that was really just beginning to come to the forefront, and a lot of the talk around it was very negative.
Yeah.
So, and it's good that we don't say that anymore. But
yes, for sure. One time when we were little, my brother defended my honor. He got in a fight with a kid who called me a butt sniffer in first grade, and now I'm like, oh my god, was that a slur? I just didn't know about it.
Maybe.
I think he literally meant I was sniffing butts. But I was like, no, I'm not. No, that's the thing. It was so out of nowhere. And I was in first grade.
Yeah, like who's saying? Well,
and he was in fifth grade, and he might as well have been in ninth grade.
I was going to say, who's saying that in first grade? But he was in fifth grade. Okay.
Yeah, he was, well, maybe, he was definitely older. He was like my brother's age. I know, he did. He came to my rescue, and he defended my honor.
Good. Get out of here, kid.
Yeah, I beat it.
Crocs. Okay.
He had an undercut too. He was a bad kid.
He had a what?
An undercut.
What's that?
And one of the first where it was like a ponytail, then shaved underneath.
Oh, the tell-em?
Yes, the
reverse mullet.
But it was before it was like cultural appropriation, cool top knot. It was back when it was like, kind of like ICP undercut, where it was like, you're bad news.
Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Now I just have a couple things I need to get your thoughts on.
Okay.
So there is a TikTok star. She's huge now, completely blown up.
Huge,
absolutely huge. Courtney Cook.
I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about her.
Okay, so she posts about food. She eats. She eats. I can't remember if she
leave any crumbs?
She does not leave crumbs. She lived maybe in Japan and Britain, like a couple places. So she eats interesting foods, that maybe some Americans haven't seen or heard of. And she started out. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say beans on toast.
Yes. No, yeah. And she popularized sticking that butter casse cheese into a sweet potato. Have you seen people doing that?
No.
You bake a sweet potato and then you cut off a chunk of cheese and stick it into the middle and then eat it like a burrito.
Oh, wow. No, I've not seen this.
So that's her thing. A plowman's lunch, which is a big thing in Britain, where it's crusty bread.
800 things. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this particular Branston pickly stuff. I don't know if it's a relish. It's hard. It almost looks like a jelly relish. I don't know. Anyway, so she started off making videos. She's a teacher. I don't know what grade she teaches, but she started off making videos in her classroom during lunch. And I don't know if it's actually her classroom or if she has a little office at the school or if it's, the teacher's lounge. Mm-hmm. Whether that truly exists or not, we still don't know. And she makes them at home in her kitchen too. But it's basically mukbangs and her making things and whatever. So recently, and I don't know if I haven't seen a video where she addresses this. I think it's just kind of speculation, but it seems to be true. She's stopped filming in her classroom. So now she's only doing it at home or she's doing it in her car. So everyone's like, oh, I can't believe they made you stop filming in your classroom. And I'm just curious what your thoughts on this are. She's absolutely huge. She just got invited to Fashion Week. She's TikTok famous, if you will, at this point. And my take was slightly different. I kind of get it. And I'm curious what your thoughts are. The school making her stop filming in the school.
Do we know that they did, or are we just assuming that?
We're assuming, but I think it's probably true.
Yeah, I feel like, duh, you can't film your videos in the school.
I know.
You can't be affiliated with the school. That seems very obvious to me.
I know, me too. And
and plus, car videos are way more popular.
Yeah,
Videos
I'm surprised she didn't start out that way.
Honestly, like, people love them for some reason.
Yeah.
It feels, like, intimate and, like, off the cuff.
Yeah. I'm surprised that she was able to do it for as long as she was.
Fuck yeah, I'm surprised they immediately weren't just like,
And of course, there's never, like, you can't, I mean, you're not going to know.
Recognize the school.
Yeah. I mean, it was very, like.
But until, like, one person decides to be like, hey, she's my teacher, let me just put it out on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it would take no time for somebody to be like,
right.
I'm, doxing you.
Yeah. And I think, like, obviously having somebody who's that famous on TikTok, I mean, she's got like 3 million followers.
Yeah.
If I was a parent of a kid who went to a school and there was a teacher at that school that was that famous on TikTok, that would make me uncomfortable to know that they were filming in the school.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised.
It would honestly make me uncomfortable just in general. And I don't want that to sound like I don't think people should be able to do social media and do that and be a teacher. I do think there's a little different level of responsibility when you're a teacher, maybe, but for me personally, it would make me uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's nothing that says you can't be a TikTok star and be a teacher, but I feel like that's like a no-brainer. Probably because I guess like her subject matter wasn't offensive.
Yeah,
it was
no.
just like food stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's the concern, is that like if you go anywhere even close to doing something that's inappropriate and you're at our school, that would be a no-go. You would definitely be fired. And
right.
I think that's just a obvious liability thing in the school's part, is that like, yeah, you can't be promoting yourself on our school, on our property.
Right. And
I think any job would say that.
I think so too. And I also think just like that level of recognizability and online fame and being a teacher is a little tricky, just because you just don't know what people are going to do. And the parasocial relationship that people have with these internet stars is very bizarre. And that would make me uncomfortable as a parent of a child that went to that school. It just would.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm not saying anything here nor there. I'm not saying you can't do that. That's just how I know I would feel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm like, yeah,
it's complicated.
I'm sure it started out very innocently.
Sure,
too.
sure.
And then
you never know what's going to happen.
To a certain point, it's like, all right, now we have to reconsider this situation, because the situation is very different than it was when you were just like, I'm just making these videos. And
right.
Like, they're not, no one's going to see them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 5 million people are seeing them, and people want to, come interview you or talk to you. And no, I don't. That's surprising that like people on the internet are so bizarre. I never understand the way things go sometimes.
Right.
The takes are always surprising to me.
And I get people they just like her, and that's fine. And
well, what was her? I mean, I guess she hasn't come out with.
As far as I know, she hasn't. Now, I didn't go searching for it. I follow her. I watch her videos when she pops up on my feed. I didn't go into her page and like search for a response. It's possible she responded, but it doesn't seem like it. Yeah. Seems like all of a sudden she just quit filming in her classroom, and now she films only at home and in her car. And when she's in her car, there's been a few videos where she's at school in her car. Yeah. Or she's on her school lunch break in her car. Right. So, yeah. It's possible she made the decision herself, but I feel like she would have said that if she did. When people started rabbling about the school making her stop, I feel like she would have said, and maybe she did. Again, I didn't go searching for anything, but.
Yeah, because when you film at a location, especially like a school or a business location or organization, and you're making these videos, even if you aren't a representative of them, you automatically become a representative. Right. Especially if you don't have like one of those like, like we see on TV shows and movies, like the things you're about to see are not representative of the broadcasting company. Right. Like that, they have those for a reason, because like they don't want people connecting what they're seeing and saying with their corporation. Same thing with the school. They're just like, we can't, if she slips up and says something off color or out of pocket, and she's at our school and people know that, then immediately people are going to come for them.
Yeah. The other thing I don't know is I don't know if it's a private school or a public school. I feel like that matters a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if it's a public school, I definitely am surprised it went on as long as it did.
Yeah.
Private is a little different. You have a little more
They're probably
leeway.
like, ooh, how could we monopolize
Right,
this?
right. So anyway, I just wanted to get your take on that. I thought it was, people were rabbling. And it was like, I'm not honestly surprised. I'm surprised it went on as long as it did. And maybe I'm in the minority, but no, I wouldn't love it.
I'd agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really thought about it like, oh, I wouldn't like that as a parent, because obviously I'm not a parent. But that just seems like obvious to me.
Yeah.
Just legality issues.
Right. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. I have a she's in the comments.
Okay.
So I guess this is a new trend, and I'm just so tired of it. We've got to stop doing this. But I saw a couple different videos of women coming on and saying, so I guess I'm a high effort mom. And then they list all of these reasons why they're a high effort mom.
What's a high effort mom?
Exactly what it sounds. I mean,
just try hard.
I guess, yeah. And like,
is it supposed to be complimentary, or is it supposed to be like self-congratulatory? Like, I guess I'm a high effort mom. Like, I put a lot of effort and work hard for my kids, kind of thing. Or is it supposed to be like, I'm an annoying mom because I do too much?
These videos always come off to me as somebody else or society has coined these terms for moms, and then these women are coming on social media and saying why they're this kind of mom. Other ones have been like type A mom, type B mom, almond mom. Like, there's all these different categories.
Almond mom, you just eat a lot of almond products.
Like the big joke about Gwyneth Paltrow being an almond mom. If you're an almond mom, your kids don't eat sugar. Like, it's basically like your kids are on a diet.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Their only snacks are almond.
Yeah. And then there's type A mom, which is like you're very rigid. Like, it's like a type A person, but as a mom. And then you have type B mom. That's just like the kids are just doing whatever and the house is a mess. And then they created this type C mom, which was like kind of a combination of both. So it's like this internet trend where there becomes this term for a mom. And then, women will come on social media and be like, so anyway, I guess this is a new one because I've only seen it in the last couple of weeks, but I've seen 2 or 3 videos of women coming on saying, so I guess I'm a high effort mom and this is why. And they are naming off things that they do. And I now can't remember any of the specific things, but it was like, this one mom was like, so I do this thing called Taste the Movie where I screen movies that we're going to watch as a family. And then when we do watch it together as a family, I make all the food that's in the movie and we eat it when they're eating it in the movie.
Wow.
So that's the only one I can remember specifically.
Don't watch Ratatouille as a family.
Also, Ratatouille sucks. It's terrible. It's like the worst.
I've never seen it.
It's terrible. I hated it. It's so bad, I think. But anyway, so my thing with it is like, can we just stop labeling moms? We don't need to be saying somebody's a high effort mom. Like, everybody's doing their best to be the best mom they can be, and everybody has different resources. Everybody has different family dynamics. Everybody has a different village. Some people don't have a village at all, and it just really irked me. And and then there were all these comments on it that some of them were like, oh, way to go, like, you're such a great mom, like, good for you. And then other comments were like, I wish I could do that for my kids, but I'm doing this and this.
Aww.
Yeah, it was sad. And I'm like,
well, and also, it assumes that, like, if you don't do that, then what, you're a
then
low
what
effort
you're
mom?
then what you're a shit mom. Like, no, I don't like that. And I don't like even the like type A, type B, type C, almond mom, high effort mom, because here's the thing, no one has ever said he's a this dad. There's no types for dads. The only thing you ever hear about dads is, oh, he's a hands-on dad, which is the most absurd thing, because you would never say that about a woman. If you said that about a woman, somebody would look at you like you've grown another head.
Yeah.
It's just, the bar is on the floor for men, and then we're creating all of these like subtypes of moms just to critique them.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So true. Yeah, that's crazy. It's also just like, who's coming up with these terms?
I don't know.
Like, is it it also feels like, yeah, it's a self-perpetuating thing too, where it's like we become so critical of ourselves. We're creating our own like class systems for mom, where it's just like we're doing it to ourselves.
It feels like it's women doing it.
Yeah,
I don't think men are out here making up.
Men aren't paying any attention.
No, not at all.
They don't give a fuck. Like, you're a mom. There's one type of mom, the mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, women, can we please stop doing this to ourselves and other women? It's also so insane.
This also feels a little bit to me just like a content thing.
I'm sure
like,
it
I
is.
need to make content, so I'm gonna like create these made
archetypes of mom. Yeah. No, I agree.
Like, did you really make all the foods in the movie and give it to your kid?
Or are you just lying? Are you just lying?
Also, I bet kids wouldn't even like that. No, if my mom was like, we're going to watch a movie, now pause and eat this lasagna right now, I'd be like, Mom, you're insane.
Yeah.
Like, let's just leave my popcorn.
Can we just watch the movie? Can I just eat the popcorn out of the puke bowl, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give me my puke corn.
So anyway.
No, it's true. I mean, we put impossible standards on ourselves, and then all these other moms are like, oh, I should be higher of a mom. Yeah. It's not
it's no good, dude. It's no good. And we're already like tirelessly tearing each other down out there. Like, just stop creating more ways to make women feel like they're not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I was listening to an interview, the same podcast with the interview I mentioned earlier. She was, this brings me to another point. She was a biologist who studies many different things, but right now she's making she's into microbiome technology and creating prebiotics and probiotics. Yeah. Fascinating.
Yes.
She's created one that's like very successful. Halle Berry backs it, and like she was talking all about it and like her history. But she was, she's a mother, and they started out talking about like COVID times, and she was like mentioning something, and she said offhand, just like, well, I'm not a very hands-on mom, so but it was so refreshing. I mean, she said it not even jokingly. She was just like, yeah, no, like I'm a mom, and it didn't sound like she was embarrassed about it. She's like, yeah, no, like I'm a biologist, do all this work. I am a mother. I love my children, but I'm not like the most hands-on mom because I'm doing all these other things. And I was like, man, what if we just lived in a world where it was like, that's okay.
Right.
Like, there's all different types of mothers.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you love your children any less or you're any less of a woman. It just is the fact that
absolutely it is.
I have these other things I'm invested in and I'm doing alongside being a mother. It was very refreshing, and it was just like a second, but I kind of clocked it. Yeah. But the other point I was going to make, because I was like all excited, Pendulum is the name of this prebiotic and probiotic. Oh, okay. They sound fantastic. And I was like, looked at it, and I was like, I'm going to get this.
Is it
$450? 3 months supply is $450.
Oh my God.
Which, like, of course you signed up, and it was like 60% off. And I was like, so that's how much it costs.
No, I know.
If you can get it for 60% off,
60% off.
Like, the first round you get is 60% off.
Don't you want more people to buy it?
I know, and like I understand it's probably very expensive to make it. I get it.
Is it like proprietary? Like,
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, and they've been researching it for like 20 years, and it's been in production for 10 years, and like I'm
that's
sure
the one you need.
I know,
with all the data.
Exactly, it's proven and backed, and like it sounds very successful, and like
Halle Berry looks great,
right? And she's a diabetic, and she's like, we have this whole story about how like she asked them to be a sponsor of it. Yeah, like she reached out to them and was like, I've been using your product for over a year, and it's really helped me, and I want to help.
We need it. We need Pendulum.
I know.
Sponsor the pod.
This one was so great. And then I was just like, I can't. I don't have.
No, I know.
And it's like the first month is 60% off. And then after that, it's
$450.
And I'm sure it's worth every penny. I just don't have those pennies.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not worth it. And at some point in my life, I hope to be able to like afford the things that are really going to benefit my health like that. I just can't right now. So all that to say, it just sucks that you're like, something that I feel like could really help.
It's so expensive.
I just can't.
Yeah. And you can be a hands-off mom. That's fine.
All those points.
Yes.
I got to get on it. Back on a prebiotic, probiotic.
Oh, yeah. I just take the Kroger one.
I know. I take
and
I
switch them up.
Yeah.
I saw a video. I can't remember what kind of credentials this person had. Possibly none. But they were like, you should switch up your, especially if you're just taking like an over-the-counter thing, like switch it up. Do ones that have different strains, that have different, like, you know, how it says like 50 million per or whatever. Like switch it up.
Right.
You know?
I know. I learned so many things from that interview, especially like this one really hurt me because it was like studies have found and data has found that like a lot of kids who have diabetes or food sensitivities or allergies, they're linking it to antibiotic usage as a child.
Yeah.
And how it just destroys your microbiome and that like kills off all those good bacteria that you don't grow them back.
Yeah.
Like you can if you really know what you're doing and you're cognizant of it and you take all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like, and I hate that.
It's such a catch-22.
I know, because I don't want to be the person that's like antibiotics are ruining the world.
And I think we
and
can
like,
all agree that it's just one of those two things are true at the same time.
Yeah.
We have to have antibiotics because there are certain things that you will die if you don't have an antibiotic.
I'm sure those antibiotics save those kids' lives. But
yes, but also they have negative side effects, just like so many other things.
And, you know, was there a time where we were just prescribing them, overusing them?
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, they are necessary.
And we've learned that.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten better about that because,
yeah,
anymore, you don't get one unless it's like, oh, okay, you grew a strep culture. You have strep. You have, you know, if I take my kids to the doctor and they're just sick, they don't.
Yeah,
you're not getting one. They're like, you gotta, chances are it's a virus anyway.
Yeah, but even just like the antibacterial obsession of like killing germs, where it's like, you know, we do need those to live, and like,
oh, absolutely,
centuries of evolution of us evolving alongside those bacteria
and coming indoors.
Yeah,
kids don't get out and roll around in the dirt and be outside anymore as much as they used to. That's one of the things that was so important to me when my kid was little. That's why I put her in outdoor school. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons. I was like, you need to be in that bacteria-ridden creek swimming around. And you know what else they say is good for that?
Fecal matter. No dogs.
Having dogs.
She mentioned that.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not a cat person. I'm a huge dog person. She's like, but yeah, dogs are really good. Because
cats are a little bit, but dogs are better.
Yeah. Yeah. She talked about so many fascinating things. And one, too, that also made me feel better is like, she's like, it's really hard because, you know, fiber is a huge part of like your gut health. She's like, it's really hard to get the amount of fiber you need just through nutrition.
Mm-hmm, it is.
She's like, so don't be afraid of taking a fiber supplement. Just do it. Like, especially not everyone has access to the same stuff like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Not everybody has access or can afford to eat the way you need to every day. And yeah, it's just, God, it's so hard and overwhelming thinking about like, that brought me to like, you know, I feel like Dawson just died, James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
You know, what was it?
Colon cancer.
Yeah, colorectal cancer.
Colorectal cancer,
which I feel like, again, I have a little bit of obsession when people die now, I think, from a trauma thing.
Yeah.
But like,
listen to episode 2 if you want to hear about that.
Watching all of these like videos that come up, and now my algorithm is just colorectal cancer.
Right.
All these stories about like, I'm a 31-year-old girl and I went to the ER with like a really bad stomach pain and I have cancer. And I mean, and I have been seeing all these things come up, like studies show that young people are getting colorectal cancer on like crazy levels because they're just been exposed to like all kinds of different things or diets. Like, it's so scary. So now I'm just like convinced I have it.
You don't have it.
I know, but you don't know.
I know. Well,
and what if I'm
do the poop in the box.
What if I'm ignoring the signs and then 42, I go in and they're like, you've had this for 5 years. If only you would have come in.
Get
5 years
Cologuard.
ago. I want to just get a colonoscopy.
No, get Cologuard.
What's Cologuard?
It's where you poop in the box.
But what does it tell you?
It'll tell you if you've got cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting Cologuard.
Now it's not going to show what a colonoscopy does that doesn't do is Cologuard will only tell you if you already have cancer.
Yeah. Doesn't give you like
a colonoscopy will show polyps that could become cancerous.
Yes.
But I would be interested to know this. How many of these young people that have it have polyps? Do you have to have polyps that turn into cancer to get cancer?
I don't know. I mean, they probably didn't know they had. Certainly didn't know because they weren't getting.
No, I know, but I'm just curious if it's always is the precursor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's still standard. You don't get a colonoscopy until you're 50.
Oh, is it 50?
I think so.
I thought it was 45 now, but
it might be 45. But
I mean, even still, like, yeah, I know.
But you can get Cologuard.
Maybe I'll get Cologuard.
And then it'll put your mind at ease, so they'll know that you don't have it. Also, yes, very sad about James Vanderbeek. I know we just kind of jumped right into. Did you see that picture? Very sad.
He seemed like a really great guy.
Yeah. And he was a huge advocate for
and he had all these.
What did we say it was? Colorectal cancer.
It's a hard one for me to say.
Yeah. Some type of colon cancer.
Yeah, but our weeds, Catherine O'Hara, she had colorectal cancer.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. I did. Yes.
Yeah.
She had just recently been diagnosed, and I guess I don't think she'd really told anyone, or the public didn't know. She did die actually of a pulmonary embolism, which may have been related to the cancer. But yeah. So I guess it's a good. I guess colon cancer is a good segue into our weeds topic, which is our pop culture queen of the month, which is Catherine O'Hara.
Queen Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
R.I.P. I mean, she was 71, which seems young to me.
Yes.
So I was shook.
Yes.
I was shocked. I think everybody was.
Yeah, I think so. Especially nobody knowing that she was sick, and then what ended up a pulmonary embolism is something that just happens very quickly, and
she also had, before we get into her career, she also had a rare congenital heart defect called situs I'm not gonna be able to say this, inversus with dextrocardia, where your internal organs are mirrored and your heart is on the other side of your chest.
Interesting.
Yeah, and she didn't find out about it till later in her life. And it wasn't too much of a problem. She lived with it. It didn't really affect her daily life. But how wild is that?
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. And just crazy that, obviously she's a couple generations ahead of us, but that would definitely be something that you would know when your baby's born now. You know?
Right.
And back then, I was like,
yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
She's breathing, so.
Everything seems fine.
And, how wild of a doctor visit that would have been, where they were like, huh, you know what? Your heart's on the other side.
Off here.
You're like, oh, do I need to be concerned? They're like, well, I don't know. Seem fine. Guess we'll wait it out and see.
It's beating, so guess you're good.
Oh, Lord. Well, anyways, just a little rundown about her. So she was Canadian.
Yes.
Born in Canada, obviously. And she kind of got her start in the 70s in Toronto's Second City, which is sketch comedy. And then quickly went on to SCTV, which is their sketch comedy TV show, which is where she met Eugene Levy, Rick Moranis, John Candy.
Yes.
Kind of got her start. I think she did that for quite a while and won a couple Emmy Awards for writing for that in the 80s.
She was nominated a bunch, but she won in 1982 for Outstanding Writing for a Variety Series.
Yeah.
But she was nominated, I want to say, 8 or 9 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, winning an Emmy for writing and, being known for writing in the comedy scene is always... seems cooler.
It's very respectable, I think.
Very respected, yeah. And I feel like it really means you have your chops. If you're not just a performer, but you can write too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then she transitioned into film in the 80s.
It said she did The Last Polka, which was a made-for-TV movie.
Okay.
That's the one with John Candy. And then it said her transitional film was Heartburn. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
Jack Nicholson and Meryl Streep.
Mm-mm.
And they said that was where she transitioned into box office film. But I'd be interested to see that. I've never seen it. That was in 86.
Cool. Yeah, I had, she did a Martin Scorsese movie called After Hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's pretty cool. Martin Scorsese, that's a big deal. And then Beetlejuice, which is a big one.
Yes.
That was a big movie.
Huge movie and a classic, still to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big one, 1990, Home Alone. Home Alone. Kate McAllister. I think she was really close to John Hughes, the director. And when I was thinking back, like my favorite roles, I mean, obviously that was number one. And my first like time seeing her.
Yeah, that was like our coming of age. Yeah.
And then seeing her later, because I was a huge, I've watched a lot of the Christopher Guest movies and being like, taking a minute and being like, oh my God, that's mom from Home Alone.
Yeah, that's Mrs. McAllister.
At the time we were young.
You don't make those connections. Yeah.
Like, I didn't know her from anything else.
And you wouldn't have watched the Christopher Guest movies till you were older.
No, and like I don't remember seeing her in anything between that, honestly. You know? So yeah, making that connection was just like, oh my God.
Well, best in show, I guess. I feel like that might be the only one I've seen of the Christopher Guest ones. And that was, what was that? 2000? 99, 2000? 2000,
yeah.
Okay. So that was, Home Alone was what, 1990?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So 10 years later.
Yeah. So there's Waiting for Guffman before Best in Show, and then The Mighty Wind after Best in Show, which those are like the three big ones that I like watched and loved of the Christopher Guest ones. And she was in that troupe. I feel like she was he's made a bunch of other movies. I'm sure she was in all of them, but
For Your Consideration is the only other one she's been in, I think.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I don't think I have either.
But the other one, another big one that I did not realize she was in, was she did the voice of Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not
a huge fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I'm not like I know
people
it's kind
are
of like a cult movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I'm not like tattooing Jack.
Yeah.
What's his name on my body or anything? Jack Skeleton. Yeah.
Jack Skeleton. Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, oh man, did not know that. So, a few other movies through the 90s. Obviously, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yes.
All the Christopher Guest stuff.
I have one kind of hilarious throwback. Terrible movie. Well, I say terrible. I'm sure it's terrible. I've only seen it one time, literally when it came out. Kind of like all-star cast at the time. But she was Luke Wilson's mom in Home Fries.
Oh my gosh, Home Fries is up on, it keeps coming up on Netflix.
That's why, because she's in it.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's Drew Barrymore and Luke Wilson. I can barely remember it. It's like Drew Barrymore's pregnant and Luke Wilson is the love interest, but I want to say him and his brother are both, his brother and mom, they want to kill her, and Luke Wilson's in love with her, but I cannot remember for the life of me why they want to kill her or what the situation is. And they all work at a burger place together. That's the only thing I remember. Is
her in that outfit.
Yeah,
and that really bad red hair. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that might be worth a rewatch. I feel like it was terrible, but I don't know.
You never know. It could be one of those. It's like, it's terrible, but I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, she was in quite a few movies until 2015 when Schitt's Creek comes around.
Yes.
And then that was, I mean, I feel like really put her on the mainstream map.
Yeah.
Because it was so huge and she was so hilarious.
So good in it.
Yeah.
And I'm not, we've probably talked about this before. I'm not somebody who gravitates towards just comedy series. I gotta have some drama too. I like a dramedy, and I like it to be equally funny and dramatic. Schitt's Creek is one of my all-time favorite shows, and it really is just truly a comedy. I mean, there's a tiny bit of real drama, but not really. It's mostly just funny, and she is the best character.
Oh God.
Oh my God. And just the way she develops Moira over the span of the series is it's genius.
Yeah. I think that's
she just becomes more and more Moira.
And that's what she's so good at is I don't think, and I mean, obviously I'm speculating, but it just feels so natural to her to become a character.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like she's oh, I'm going to sit down and decide what these choices are.
No, she just does it.
You just do it. And that's just comedic intuition.
Yes.
This is what this person would do.
Yes.
And how can I make it funny? This is how you would do it.
Yeah. Great.
It's just so natural and yeah.
And I think it's important to note when I was doing my research too that the Christopher Guest movies that she's in with Eugene Levy are a lot of improv.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like a fully scripted film, and a lot of it is improvised, which is just such a testament to like her and Eugene Levy. I mean, amazing. Well,
because that's what Second City is, an improv
Yes,
group.
no, yes.
So like, I feel like that they all came up together and were just like, I know. And you
but
can't
like
tell though.
But a lot of films aren't that way.
Sure,
So that's so impressive that, they're able to make those movies that way, and I
know, and that it's seamless and that you would have no idea they're improvising.
Oh, really, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we just watched Best in Show last weekend. I hadn't seen it in a while, and of course it was up because all of her movies are.
Right.
God, it is still hilarious.
Yeah.
And like just kind of goofy, but just goofy in the right way where you're like, God, this is so funny.
Yeah.
And some of her characters were some of the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just want to note here too, I mean, Schitt's Creek won Primetime Emmy in 2020 for Outstanding Lead in a Comedy Series, Golden Globe 2020 Best Actress, 2020 Actor Award for Outstanding Actress in Comedy Series, and Outstanding Ensemble in a Comedy Series, and then countless Canadian comedy awards throughout the entire duration of the show. I mean, she won so many in the show itself too. So, just incredible.
Yeah, and then I feel like it was really sad. It was such a shame that, she ended up passing, because I feel like even the last few years, she was in a ton of stuff. She was in the Knives Out series.
Yeah. The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
She was great in that.
And she was in The Studio.
Yeah, I haven't
which
watched that.
I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah.
Because it's still ongoing. But heartbreaking. She's just, I feel like she would have had 10 solid years still of acting.
For sure. She would have been one of those female actors that, transcends. A lot of times they have trouble at a certain age. She would have been like Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, like all these people who are working into their 80s, Yeah,
and it's interesting too, like her career, she wasn't playing grandmothers.
No.
She was playing interesting, full-fledged female characters at her age. And she's a natural queen. Also, like she didn't have a bunch of things. I mean, she was just rocking the way
her,
she looked. And I mean, she's a testament that like it can be done.
Yes.
If you just are who you are.
Do you have to be funny though?
Well, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, I know. It is one of those interesting cases because it's not that she wasn't famous before Schitt's Creek. She was, but that just like catapulted her into
a renaissance.
A renaissance. And I'm sure too, just with like streaming and more opportunities and all that kind of, but it's like she did that, and then it was like she was just everywhere, and it's like, oh, Mrs. McAllister's everywhere again.
And it must be so difficult too to be like an actress in Hollywood, because it is, you hear people say that all the time, like in the business. Like, if you don't keep doing stuff, people forget about you.
Yes.
That's how it goes, like the ebbs and flows of like, for, this chunk of the 80s, I was really popular. And then, like, kind of went away. And then the 90s, it came back and people were like, oh, the mom from Home Alone?
Yeah.
And then you don't do stuff for a little bit. And then you come back. It really takes, like, but I think that's such a testament to her talent, is that, like, she had so many chapters of really great work. And
I think it depends definitely like on who you are too, because like my mom knows her from like her early stuff, whereas like our generation of people, like she's Mrs. McAllister, and then Gen Z, she's Moira, so like it just depends on like kind of which Catherine O'Hara you grew up with, but
and that you can connect with like multi-generations.
That's
so
awesome.
Cool.
I know.
I also feel like she was also, I know I just said she's not playing grandmothers, but she always played a mom role, or she often played like a mom role, which I think if you can do that and be really funny is a cool thing. Like you're not just like the stereotypical mom, but like she does have like a nurturing, warm nature to her, which I think is why people are so like attracted to her.
Like,
absolutely. I feel like I find this with a lot of people who are funny comedians. Like if you're punching down, it's just not the same. And she was always like positive and warm, and had that like mothering kind of nature to her, but she was also whip funny, you know? So like being able to balance that, I think probably speaks a lot to who she was as a person also.
For sure.
Sucks we're not going to get to see her anymore.
No, it really does. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
You will be missed. What an icon.
Yes, go back and watch all of her stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be rewatching Home Fries for sure. And then I'm going to watch some of these other Christopher Guest movies. I also want to watch this Heartburn movie.
Yeah, also, don't believe anything AI tells you, because I got, break me down the roles that Catherine O'Hara was in. We can take this out. They were like, she was in Dick, the movie Dick, with Michelle Williams and Kirsten Dunst, and she was like, which brought her into political satire. And I was like, she was? I was like, I love that movie. I've seen it a bunch. She wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Just wrong. Just wrong information.
Yeah.
So maybe I won't be doing that anymore for our pop culture queen of the month.
Okay.
Research.
I just go to Wikipedia. So I mean, it's not like, oh dear. Okay. Well, shall we grape and gripe?
Yeah.
Okay. My gripe is going out to the pickup line at school. I get it. We're in the pickup line. It's a prime opportunity to pick up your phone, do a little scroll, send a little text message, whatever it is. But you're in the pickup line. You got to pay attention, because we have 2 side-by-side lines and they just go back and forth, And we've missed our opportunity to get up to the spots a couple times where people are looking at their phone and not paying attention, and the car in front of them's going. And it's one of those situations where you cannot honk.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't be the dick that honks.
Because it's too obvious who you are.
Yeah. Yes. And it's very frustrating.
Yeah, you gotta keep it moving. And
you gotta keep it moving.
Come on now.
And then I have 2 gripes, because I just couldn't wait for the second one either. When kids literally just don't see or can't find anything. When they say, oh, where's my scarf? And I'm like, it's right there. And I'm pointing, and they're just like, and I'm like, no, look at me, because I'm pointing to it. And they're like, and then they look at you and they're like, oh, but then it's so insane. Like, it's right there.
Yeah, you're like, I can't find it. Like, did you look for it? Yeah. Like, I know you didn't look for it.
No. And they just are not capable of looking. I mean, yeah, they looked for it, but they literally do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not pointing in that direction.
No. And it's not on the ceiling. Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
yeah.
Kids,
that's really frustrating, and it's something I thought would get better sooner.
It hasn't.
No. 6-year-old cannot see anything any better than my 2-year-old can. That's exactly it.
It's fucking Ray Charles all of a sudden. Yeah. Just like, what?
Come on.
That is frustrating. My gripe goes out to, it's a personal gripe. It's something I do that annoys me about myself. I love it. I don't fill up the damn Brita or the ice trays.
Yeah.
God, I go to get water and I'm just like, oh, who didn't fill up the Brita? Me. So annoying.
It's like me with the toaster.
I know.
I won't adjust the dial.
Right. It's like, just fill them up when you're done. But there are some times, I mean, I've gotten better. Obviously, I do it more often than not now. But
no, I get pissed at myself about the ice trays too.
Why didn't you just fill up the ice trays?
No, I know. I do that too, because our ice maker is broken. Because every refrigerator that comes with a built-in ice maker, 3 months breaks. Every single one. So yeah, I have to fill them up too.
Fix those things.
No, no, it's unfixable.
And the Brit is annoying because you have to fill it and then let it
sit.
So it's like,
because it has to filter out. Yeah. So not only then you have to wait.
Then I'm really
well,
salty.
it's the ice too, because it has to freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. It's also something that takes time to prepare.
There's something more annoying because it's when it's ice cubes. I'm like, I know it's gonna be an hour or two, so I don't even think. I'm just like, I don't have ice.
Right.
The water, I'm like, I just have to sit there and be like, okay. In 2.5 minutes, I'll have water. It's even more annoying.
That's funny.
Anywho.
No, I feel that. Yeah.
In my notes, I wrote down when I don't feel the Rita or overeat. My auto correct changed it too.
One time I was texting a client that I had set up his auto pay on his loan, and it auto corrected to autopsy.
I set up your autopsy.
I set up your autopsy.
Excuse me?
I was like, what? My grape is going out to, so my kid was sick, so I made soup, and she likes tomato soup. But I didn't have any regular chicken stock. My husband makes all of our stock from scratch. And I was looking through the freezer at what we had, and there was only goose from Christmas and ham from Thanksgiving.
Ham stock?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever had a ham stock before.
Well,
sounds delish.
it is. So I think he used it to make like ham and beans maybe last year. I can't remember what all he's used it for, but the goose stock, it has sort of a different like spice flavor profile, the goose. So I didn't really want that kind of like cinnamony allspice. It's like, okay, I'll use the ham. Guys, make tomato soup with ham stock is all I have to say.
Oh, I bet.
It's obviously very naturally salty.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to add any salt to it. And it's just like very like fatty.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty salty. So I normally don't put cream in my tomato soup, but I put some of that in there to like cut the saltiness a little bit.
Ooh,
guys,
sounds amazing.
It was delicious.
I'm never making it without ham stock again.
Never making another way. And then I need to ask, of course I made grilled cheese to go with it. Are you a butter or a mayonnaise on your grilled cheese?
Butter.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard mayonnaise is great. I've
So-
just never really dabbled before.
So it is. You really get a nice golden, like,
Crisp.
yeah, but, and I don't know. I've said this to people and they just kind of look at me like, I feel like it ruins my pans, the mayonnaise.
Oh.
Like when it's, I
The
can't,
mayonnaise.
I can't like get them clean afterwards.
Oh, like there's like a grease layer.
yeah,
always?
there's almost like a little film or something, or it's like, and I
weird.
can't.
And it's like real mayonnaise,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I
Huh.
don't know. I went back to butter.
Yeah. I mean, not like I am too good to eat a mayonnaise sandwich, but I feel like there's something about it that would make me feel like this is almost too much.
I don't think
know?
you would.
You don't think so?
No, it's definite. It's
It's not like you don't eat it, you're not like, ugh.
no,
Oh, okay.
no, not at all. It's very similar to the butter.
butter, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not like I don't put a bunch of butter on my grilled cheese when I make it, so.
yeah, it's just there's something about the way it browns and like it's just a
Yeah.
more, I don't know. It is, I think, elevates it a little bit.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
Okay.
it messes up my pans, I think.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No. So anyway, I went back to butter.
All right, my grape goes out to I have rediscovered my robe.
Oh, yeah.
I have this pink terry cloth robe that I apparently hung up in my closet when I moved into this apartment on the very edge.
And just like never
And
saw it
just,
again.
like never saw it. And I'm one of those people that like if I don't see something, I just
it doesn't exist.
It's just gone. And I was like moving stuff around and I was like, oh my God, my robe. I have just been lounging like a queen in this thing. And it has changed my life for the better. I mean, I forgot how much I love.
How could you
My
forget how much you
robe.
love a robe nap?
I know. It was like a core part of my personality there for a while.
Hollis and my other friend from college, did we all live together? Or did she just come over? We lived next door to each other.
You lived with her, and then
I lived with
me
you.
after,
Yeah.
so.
But I just remember times, and she must have just come over to our apartment, and she would come over in her robe.
Yeah.
We'd be like getting ready to go out or something. You guys would take showers. You'd come out of the bathroom in your robe. She'd come over in her robe, and you guys would both fall asleep, like on the couch and in the chair in your robes.
Well, you had those recliners,
Yeah.
which like
the Joey and Chandler chairs.
I don't think I've ever slept better in my life to this
They
day.
were great.
Than a post-shower robe nap in that recliner. I mean, oh baby.
Those recliners served me well for a long time. And then when I finally sold them to a consignment furniture store, I didn't realize they came apart. I'll have to find this post because I think I have, it may be like all the way back on my Facebook feed if I look, but the top separates from the seat part, which I didn't know that when they came to pick them up, they did. There was like 12 koozies. There was a cell phone.
No way.
Yes, there was like a little miniature like animal figurine. Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff in those chairs.
So funny, a
yeah.
cell phone.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Anyway, yeah, the Joey and Chandler chairs, they were great.
Yeah. So anyways, really loving my robe. I've just like rediscovered a part of my younger self that I had completely forgotten
It's a
about.
core part of your personality for sure. Yeah.
It just makes it just makes being in your home so much like homier. I don't know what it is. I love about it. Yeah. So anyways, get a robe.
Yes.
I'm about to get a summer robe because I was like, this one's pretty heavy.
Oh, I have a summer robe. I like it.
Summer robe.
Like a silky.
Yeah.
Well, also, how have you filmed this entire podcast in jorts?
What do you mean?
You're wearing jean shorts.
I am.
Is that not the most uncomfortable thing to sit in?
Yeah, it's pretty uncomfortable. They're not super comfortable. Well, because I got off work and I was like, man, I'm hot.
71 degrees, folks, today. 2 weeks ago, we were out of school for 2 feet of snow for an entire week, and now it's 71 degrees.
It's just not right.
So,
but I will take it. I'm so glad. I know it's not going to stay, but like I'm just relishing it for now.
I know the daffodils sprouted.
Yeah, they're goners.
Yeah.
So, anyways, good talk.
Good talk. I mean, you could definitely get Podcaster of the Year award for doing this whole episode in jorts. I can't even believe it.
Thank you. Dedicated to the cause.
All right.
Definitely. Never mind. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.